Massive earnings for Coinbase and a massive bullish engulfing on the monthly. And what does that mean for Bitcoin is a topic of today as we get into this one. And we can just jump right in the charts without further ado, as I do welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. First things first, why are we even looking at Coinbase? Why even pay attention to it? Well, Coinbase is, of course, a custody for many of these ETFs. In fact, I think about all of the ETFs that are currently out for Bitcoin. And we can prove through mathematics that the correlation is incredibly strong on the weekly right here. We can see any sort of, slight deviation is very quickly picked up and resumed in very strong correlation behavior. So really anything above like 0.5 is very, very strong correlation. And for reference, this one likes to hang out more or less above 80 positive correlation right here. So Coinbase yesterday did produce some pretty impressive, or it wasn't yesterday, but 2 days ago, did produce some pretty impressive earnings. And as we can see over here, did put on, or is in the process of putting in a massive bullish engulfing dildo, which is very, very important because that does likely imply that this rally continues over the next few months. Now, technically speaking, theoretically speaking, we probably do want to see the monthly close first before this is fully confirmed. But, so far so good with 12 and a half days left to go in the trading month. And basically all that Coinbase needs to do is close above last month's high at 175.5 here to complete that bullish engulfing. It won't even just complete an engulfing of the prior monthly, January, but it actually engulf December as well, which is just equally more powerful. So this is typically very, 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 very strong signal of long-term continuation, in this case to the upside. Now, short-term is a different story, of course. Short-term on the daily, Coinbase, if we can go over here, is looking like a little bit of a short-term reversal, and this typically does happen after earnings, whether they're strong or not. A lot of the time you see like an opposite move happen. In this case, I think we're kind of seeing exactly that. We do see several gaps here to the downside, 172-ish region, and then you got about 145-ish region. I don't know if things get there, but that would be an area of interest if you do see them, especially come back down below about 160. But for right now, short-term is necessarily like a moon signal. No. It's probably going to spend some more time consolidating right here, but consolidations above 175 specifically do lead towards long-term continuation, as that would complete the bullish engulfing. And I suspect that we've probably seen, the majority of the move for this month for Coinbase specifically. Anyways, moving on now. I actually just have a note here to once again show the monthly, and you can see that the monthly is kind of oscillating right around the 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is where the past two monthlies have kind of closed at and then sold off from. So of course, not only would it be a bullish engulfing, but it also would be, a closure above a major fib. And in that case, I think at very least we're probably going to see like 220-ish region, 215, 220-ish region. Do things stop there? I mean, maybe short term, but long term, we very likely do see the next major fib here at 256, 255 region. So that would imply long-term continuation for Coinbase. Seeing as there is a strong correlation between Bitcoin and Coinbase, that would imply very strong likelihood of continuation for Bitcoin as well. And again, we're probably looking at like the next 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 4 months region, 2 to 4 months, with this month more or less probably seeing the bulk of the move that we're going to see this month anyways. So now that we've gone through that, let's go look at this from the HPDR band's perspective. We can see that this past week did close back above the median right here. So good old Bing and Bong is at work, and we can see once Bing has been met, Mr. Bong over here at the 50% level is 204, 205 region. So, does next week kind of fill out the range, maybe test around that region? Well, to the upside, probably no, but to the downside, somewhere around the median, probably yes. And then I probably would be looking for for the end of the month or maybe beginning of March to probably test somewhere around the top side there as things do march back on them. But there is something very important right here as well that's happening on the HPDRO. We are seeing positive reads on this yet again, alongside extreme lows. Well, maybe not extreme lows on volatility, but lows on volatility. So I look at this as a good indication that Coinbase specifically is going to play at a sideways and upside sort of consolidation on the higher term timeframes. Anyways, what does that mean for Bitcoin? Well, for Bitcoin in the more short term, I do want to revisit the daily HPDR bands yet again here. We can see that this range is tightening between the 61.8 region and the 50% level right here, 51,500, let's just say. So that probably is the range for today. Any sort of closures below 51,500, however, would be indicative of a short-term reversal for Bitcoin. Short-term reversal, not the same thing as a long-term reversal, obviously. Oh, my camera's still working too. That's cool. Oh, fuck. I had a note here to, once again, I want to humbly request that if you do find this content valuable, please make sure to like and subscribe and herp your derp and all that good stuff for the YouTube, because it actually does help out quite a fair bit. Anyways, more on the topic here, and less shilling of my own self. We can see that 50% level again at 51,500. If Bitcoin does close below that, I would be looking for Bitcoin to actually come back down probably below 50,000 bucks again. That I guess the real question is 50,000 ever again? Is it possible? Yeah, certainly. Again, if that happens, I'd generally be looking for Bitcoin to test somewhere on the median, which is currently at 48,300. And again, this will rise with each and every passing day. So, the longer that Bitcoin kind of stays around here, the more that is going to rise on up. And then, of course, to the other side, we do see still about 52,900, same level as yesterday, as a big area of interest to the upside, meaning that if Bitcoin closes above that region, it would be indicative that, okay, we're going to see this rally continue upwards and onwards, probably closer to 55 or 56,000 bucks. So that'd be another multi-$1,000 move in the making. Now, I would say based off of our daily HPDRO, which is coming down right here, downside or at least a sideways consolidation is significantly more likely. Downside also on the menu as well. And with volatility cooling off as well, we would expect reversions kind of back down towards the mean or the median in this case. So I would say that actually downside is a little more likely here. But again, it all really hinges upon the response at 51,500. As long as Bitcoin's above it, these are all just going to move up, and then higher prices are going to become more and more likely again. If Bitcoin starts to close below it, however, I would be looking for a move towards the median. That is the way that I look at this one. And I think that's probably a good place to be leaving off on this particular video. I want to... Damn, this one was fast, man. Holy shit, I'm getting really efficient here. I do want to once again call out the Meta Mafioso NFT going on right here. This is a project that I have invested in and I'm an advisor on because, well, I believe in it. It's probably a good reason, right? And they've reopened their mint, which you can actually get lifetime access to their signals for just a one-time price for their NFT, which they'll never have again after these are sold out. So just in case if you do happen to give a fuck, the information is right here, metasignals.io, and they literally just reopened it back up. So fair enough, and they're gonna be working on more and more alerts. You can check out their roadmap, and it actually has a working product, which is a fucking crazy concept for an NFT. But yeah, there you go. There's also links in the description below, and yeah, I think we'll end it right there. As always, I want to wish you the best. Oh, I've been getting a lot of questions, of when live stream, and we will have one soon. I just need to get fully set up here. As you can see, well, you actually can't see too much in the background, but that's the problem. You can't see too much in the background. There ain't nothing there. We're just getting set up in a new place here in Dubai. So, I think next week, probably later end of next week, I should have everything good to go. I want multiple screens. I want a nice big fat desk, big fat D. And yeah, I think that's probably. And then also like a proper camera as well, because this one obviously sucks. Also D. So you know what? We're gonna end things right there before I say anything more stupid and offensive. And with that said, I want to wish you the best. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully tomorrow.